Shalom, shalom. First off, I want to give all honor and glory to Yahweh, by Hashem Yahushua, by Hashem Rakakadash. That's all honor and glory to the Most High God through His Son, who the Word inwardly called Jesus Christ, and of course the Holy Spirit, man. Right? First, I want to give a hearty shalom to the sincere Akwat and Akim that's out there doing everything they can to magnify the name of the Lord, pushing the word, sincerity, and faith out there. If they're a man doing the work diligently, and if they're not doing the work yet, being built up in the spirit so they can go out there and do the work, man. Right? Fasting, praying, reading, doing everything they can. And of course, I want to give a sincere and hearty shalom to the sincere children that's doing everything they can to magnify the name of the Lord in these last days as well, reverencing their parents, being diligent in their studies, right? And of course, I want to give a hearty and sincere and double honors to the elect elders that's been pushing this word in sincerity and faith for many years, man, right? So without further ado, I wanted to do a quick cold cut, right, on us enduring the fiery furnace, man, right? Because, hey, a lot of Israel's catching hell right now, right? A lot of us is catching hell. People are getting sick. People are damn losing family members. People are damn losing jobs, right? All hell is breaking loose in Israel right now. But we must endure the fiery furnace, right? And I want to take a look at the song of the three holy children, right? In order to do that, man, right? So first, we're going to jump into the book of Daniel, right? Chapter 3. I'm going to start off at verse 10. Thou, O king, has made a decree that every man that shall hear the sound of the cornet, the flute, the harp, the sackbut, the psaltery, and the dulcimer, and all kinds of music, shall fall down and worship the golden image. And whoso falleth not down and worshipeth, that he should be cast into the midst of the fiery burning furnace. There are certain Jews whom thou hast set over the affairs of the province of Babylon, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. These men, O king, have not regarded thee. They serve not thy gods, nor worship the golden image which thou hast set up. Right. So these men, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, Jews of our people, right? There was a decree set, and they didn't honor the decree. They didn't serve the gods of the heathen. They didn't serve the gods of the so-called Babylonian man. Right. And right now, here in Babylon, the daughter of Babylon, right? We don't serve the gods of the so-called white man. Right. We don't follow the decrees of the so-called white man. The so-called white man says get a vaccine. We say la. The so-called white man say eat pork. We say la. The so-called white man says that Jesus, who we know as Yahweh Shai, is the so-called white man. We say la. Right. So we don't bow down to the decrees. We don't follow the decrees, similar to our righteous forefathers, man. Right. But just because you're doing the righteous thing does not mean that you're not going to endure chastisement. It doesn't mean that you're not going to bear the iniquities of your people, man. Right. Reading on. Verse 13. Right. Then Nebuchadnezzar, in his rage and fury, commanded to bring Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. Then they brought these men before the king. And Nebuchadnezzar spake and said unto them, Is it true, O Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego? Do not ye serve my gods, nor worship the golden image which I have set up. Now, if ye be ready, that at what time ye hear the sound of the cornet, the flute, the harp, the sackbut, the psaltery, and the dulcimer, and all kinds of music, ye fall down and worship the image which I have made. Well, but if ye worship not, ye shall be cast the same hour into the midst of the fiery furnace. And who is that power that shall deliver you out of my hand? So now, hey, Nebuchadnezzar saying, and who gonna deliver you? Who's that God that's gonna deliver you out of my hand? Right? When I do this, if you don't listen to what I'm saying, who gonna deliver you? And that's the same spirit the so-called white man has. Right? Who gonna deliver you? Right? They don't believe in our God, and he's gonna make a believer out of all of them. And that's another thing we gotta understand about when we go through the fiery furnace. Us enduring through the fiery furnace, it glorifies the name of our Father. It makes people say, man, they really do serve a living power. Man, I don't know how they was able to go through that and continue to endure. It literally makes people look at our God with the power that he has. You literally magnify the name of the Lord when you walk through your chastisement, when you walk through your affliction, when you endure through your affliction, right? Not when you turn around. When you kind of give up and turn around and put your hand, take your hand off the plow, man, you're not magnifying the name of the Lord. You're doing the exact opposite, man. You're making a liar out of the Lord, man. That's what you're doing, right? So you gotta make sure that you understand that your affliction is not only for you to be tried as gold, not only for you to be proven, but it also shows the strength of the Lord and what he does for his people, and it magnifies his name. As we're going to see, that's exactly what happened with the three holy children, right? And it says what? And who is that God that shall deliver you out of my hands? Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego answered and said to the king, O Nebuchadnezzar, we are not careful to answer thee in this matter. So he said, we're not careful to answer you in this matter. We're not going to sit here and kind of think, how should we answer him? Should we say something the right way? We don't want to offend him. No, we're not careful, right? If it be so, our power whom we serve is able to deliver us from the burning fiery furnace, and he will deliver us out of thy hand, O king, right? And that's the understanding, right? If it be so, hey, the Lord will deliver you out of whatever affliction you're going through, right? Whether it's anxiety, right? Whether it's money problems, financial problems, whether it's health, right? Whether it's problems at home, whether it's family, whatever it may be. If it be so, if it be of the Lord will, right? The Lord will deliver you out of it. But if not, verse 18, but if not, be it known unto thee, O king, that we will not serve thy gods, nor worship thy golden image, which thou hast set up. So, hey, if the Lord ain't going to deliver you, if it's not his will, if it's for you to go through it until it's time for him to call you up on a chariot, man, then you just go through it, man. You just deal with it, right? And it says what? Then was Nebuchadnezzar full of fury, and the form of his visage was changed against Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. Therefore he spake and commanded that they should heat the furnace 7 times more, that it won't not to be heated. So, hey, man, they kind of, he heated up even more. He was pissed, right? You saying what? You're not going to honor me, right? You ain't careful to talk to me. Because Nebuchadnezzar, in that time, Nebuchadnezzar was feared as a god. Hey, no king ruled like Nebuchadnezzar in that time, right? He was literally feared as a god, right? And he couldn't believe how they were speaking to him, right? And it says what? And he commanded the most mighty men that were in his army to bind Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego and cast them into the fiery furnace, right? So, hey, cast them into the fiery furnace. Now they're in there, right? So let's get into it, right? This is the book of the Song of the Three Holy Children. Right, I'm not going to read the whole thing. I'm going to grab a couple of points, and I'm going to grab precepts to go along with it. And they walked in the midst of the fire, praising Yahweh and blessing his name. So they're in the fire, yet they still calling on the name of the Lord. They still blessing and praising the name of the Lord, man. That's mighty, right? And it says what? Then Azariah stood up and prayed in this manner, opening his mouth in the midst of the fire. Right, so they in the fire, man. Hey, you in the fire, man? Are you supposed to be able to walk, kind of talk around, kind of figure out what you want to say? Kind of pray to the Lord. No, man, you should be burning up, man. Right? But the Lord is already keeping them safe. And that's what you got to examine with yourself, man. When you going through it, right? Hey, you still here, man. You still alive. You still well. You still waking up every morning. You're still able to call on the name of the Lord. You're still able to bless the name of the Lord, man. Even though you in that fire, man. Right? So you got to look at that and examine that and say, damn, man, the Lord's still strengthening me, man. I don't know how I'm here, but he's still strengthening me. Right? In the midst of the fire, you should be damn burnt up, right? It says what? It's the book of Proverbs, chapter 6 and verse 27. Can a man take fire in his bosom and his clothes not be burned? See that? So can a man take fire in the bosom and his clothes not be burned? You're supposed to be burnt the hell up. Hey, these men, they was in the fire, bound up, but yet now they're free and they're kind of walking around and their clothes ain't burnt up, man, through the power of the Most High. We got to examine that thing as we go through the fire spiritually, as we go through the fire, even literally, even though it's not physical, actual fire, man. Right? You still here, man. The so-called white man or Satan kind of bound you up, kind of put you in a situation, but you're still able to call on the name of the Lord. You're still able to praise the name of the Lord. You're still able to worship the Lord, man. You're still able to fast and do everything you got to do to make supplications unto the Lord, that the Lord will literally deal with you, man. Right? It says, blessed art thou, O Lord, our power, our Father's name. Thy name is worthy to be praised and glorified forever. Right? The name of the Lord is worthy to be praised and glorified forever, even when you're in affliction, right? Even when you're going through hell. And it says what? For thou art righteous in all the things that thou hast done unto us. Yea, true are all thy works. Thy ways are right and all thy judgments are true. Right? So the Lord is righteous in everything he put us through. Hey, we deserve everything the Lord literally puts us through. There's nothing the Lord puts us through that we can literally say, hey, we don't deserve that. Hey, we deserve more. Hey, we all deserve death in this thing, man. All right, let me get a precept. Right, it's the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 7, right? And verse 29. Lo, this only have I found, that Yahweh have made man upright, but they have sought out many inventions. So the Lord made us upright, man. But we have sought out many inventions. We kind of go looking for other things, man. We kind of trying to see what's going on, man. We kind of want to deal with the ways the heathen do, man. Even though the Lord made us upright, the Lord put it in our spirit to serve him. The Lord put it in our spirit to be righteous, man. Right? But yet we get seduced by the wicked, and we follow into the ways of the wicked, man. Right? Let me get this Maccabees. Right, Second Maccabees. We gotta understand that when we suffer an affliction, when we going through hell, right? Yeah, ultimately the Lord has proven us, but at the same time, and He's not unrighteous for putting us through these things, right? All the hell that we've committed, all the wrong we've done, right? Hey, the Lord should have put all of us to death, man. We got to examine it. Hey, if we go according to the law, right, breaking the Sabbath day is worthy of death. That is death, man. Right. And every single person that's going to watch this video or is watching this video, every one of us broke the Sabbath at one point in time, man. Right. And a lot of men and women was committing adultery, man. Right. When you learn what marriage actually is, man. And all that is worthy of death. And through the Lord's mercy, you're still here, able to call on His name. So you got to endure these things, understanding whatever judgments or chastisement or proving the Lord is putting you through, He's righteous for doing. Right. It's the book, the Second Maccabees, chapter 7. Right. And I'm going to start at verse 18. After him also, they brought the 6 who being ready to die said, be not deceived without cause, for we suffer these things for ourselves, having sinned against our power. Therefore, marvelous things are done unto us, man. So we suffer these things ourselves, man, having sinned against our God. So marvelous things are done unto us. And this was a man literally about to be chopped up and filleted in the pan, man. And he didn't say, damn, what did I do, man? I didn't eat the pork. Why am I going through this, man? Why is all hell breaking loose on me? No, he literally said we suffer these things, man. Right? Because of our sin. And we got to understand it. Right? So when the Lord is proving us, hey, He's worthy to prove us. He should be proving us, man. We was wicked as hell. Man. So what's wrong with the Lord making sure that you're serious, man? What's wrong with the Lord putting you through hell to make you serious, man? To make you better, man? Because that's what it's all for, to make you better, right? Hey, these light things we deal with now ain't got nothing on the things that come in Jacob's trouble, man. If you can't deal with the things that you got coming that are going on right now, right? What are you gonna do when the damn power's out? What are you gonna do when you haven't eaten in 3 days? What are you gonna do when you've been living as a pilgrim and you ain't took a bath in 4 days, man? You ain't had no water, man. Right? What are you going to do then if you're ready to kind of tap out now through the light afflictions we endure now? Right? You ain't going to make it. So you got to use this time, use these afflictions the Lord is putting you through to literally strengthen your spirit and your faith, man. That you're able to endure in the times when you really need to endure. Because these are light things. And we all go through it. And they feel heavy when we go through it. I'm not acting as if, hey, I don't be brought low through things, man. Because I definitely do, man. We all go through it. But we got to remember, right? We got these accounts to look at, to remember, man, and have hope and patience and faith to continue to endure, right? Let me get this. Let me get this right. Proverbs, right? We did these things to ourselves, man. Book of Proverbs, right? Chapter 12 and verse number 26. And it reads, the righteous is more excellent than his neighbor, but the way of the wicked seduceth him. Right? And why did I go to that? Because what we read, it says we suffer these things for our sins, man. Right? Let's go back to that account real quick in Three Holy Children. Right? It says what? Verse 4. For thou art righteous in all the things that thou hast done unto us. Yea, true are all thy works. Thy ways are right, and all thy judgments are truth. Right? So he's right for all the things he's done to us. Because it tells you right here, hey, the righteous is more excellent than his neighbor, but the ways of the wicked seduce him. And that's what we've done. We follow the ways of the wicked, man. Right? We always have. And for that, hey, the Lord brings judgment down upon us, man. And ultimately, he's trying the righteous. He's trying the people, the ones that actually believe, the ones that are chosen, man. Right? It's the book of 1 Samuel, chapter 8, right? And verse, what I want. Chapter 8 and verse number 4. Then all the elders of Israel gathered themselves together and came to Samuel unto Ramah and said unto him, Behold, thou art old, and thy sons walk not in thy ways. Now make us a king and to judge us like all nations. Right? So our people always have sought out the ways of the neighbor, the wicked, man. Hey, the Lord was literally reigning over Israel. And it wasn't enough. They wanted to be like all the other nations. That's what our people do. We continue to be seduced by the other nations, and we fall into their wickedness, man. And that's why these things fall upon us, right? The ways of the Lord are righteous. It says what? Verse 6. But the thing displeased Samuel when they said, Give us a king to judge us. And Samuel prayed unto the Most High. And Yahweh said unto Samuel, Hearken unto the voice of the people in all that they say unto thee, for they have not rejected thee, but they have rejected me, that I should not reign over them. And that's what we've done, right? So now in our returning unto the Lord, hey, why would he not prove you first, man? That's like kind of, you had a woman, right? And you've been dating a woman and she kind of ran off on you, just ran off. And then she come back. 6 months later, she kind of come back and you just accept it without, anything. No, man, you're going to kind of, and I'm not saying she ran off and committed adultery. That's a whole nother level. Ain't coming back from that. But I'm saying she just kind of ran off, just disappeared. And then she came back. Hey, you're going to kind of prove her again, man, all over again. You kind of make sure that she's serious before you kind of take her back. And well, we that woman. And the Lord got to prove us first before he take us back. And part of how he prove us is what? Putting us through the fire, man. So these men, Shadrach, Meshach, Abednego, they're literally in the fire. It's literally burning up in there. And they're literally still calling on the name of the Lord continuously, man. Literally praising on the name of the Lord continuously. Literally saying, hey, the Lord, you're not wrong for what you're doing unto us, right? That's the spirit we got to have through affliction. Understanding that we wretched, man. Understanding that we're deserving of all these things, man. And understanding that this light affliction is nothing compared to the things that are to come. And it's literally nothing compared to the things the Lord is going to give unto you, right? If you endure through it, man. Right? So it says what? In all things that thou hast brought upon us and upon, I'm going to read 4 again. For thou art righteous in all things that thou hast done unto us. Yea, true are all thy works. Thy ways are right, and all thy judgments truth. In all things thou hast brought upon us and upon the holy city of our fathers, even Jerusalem, thou hast executed true judgment. For according to truth and judgment didst thou bring all things upon us because of our sins. For we have sinned and committed iniquity, departing from thee. Right? And these men, they're not saying, well, I've been righteous. I've repented. I'm doing better. Why am I being put in fire? No, they're making an account of all Israel. All our people have went the hell off. Hey, we went off, right? And you got to care about all your people. It ain't just about you in this thing. A lot of people had an individualized spirit. And an individualized spirit is not only those people that don't want to congregate. An individualized spirit is when they only think about what they do. They only think about, how they're repenting, right? How they're working on themselves. They're not thinking about how wicked our nation is as a people and how our people are damn destitute, man, right? They're not thinking about those things. They're not crying out unto the Lord for all Israel. They're crying out to the Lord for themselves. That's wicked, man. Let me get this real quick. It's the book of 2 Ezra, chapter 10, and verse 6. Thou foolish woman, above all others seest thou not our mourning, and what happeneth unto us? How that Zion, our mother, is full of all heaviness, and much humbled, mourning and very sore. And now seeing we all mourn and are sad, for we are all in heaviness, art thou grieved for one son. Right? So, hey, you worried about your damn self, and all damn Zion is grieved. All damn Zion is mourning, man. All Israel is mourning. A so-called black man die every 18 minutes, right? At the hands of the damn police, right? And you worried about only what you're going through. You're not thinking about your nation. You're not thinking about what the next Israelites going through, right? You only worried about yourself, right? And right here we see an account of Azarias literally praying about his whole nation, man, how they all went off. He's not just saying, hey, well, I'm righteous. I've been righteous. I told the king that I wasn't going to bow down to his people. Why you didn't just beam me up right now? Well, the Lord ain't dealing with that. The Lord dealing with the whole nation, right? Was not Jeremiah righteous and he still had to go into captivity in Babylon? Ezekiel, right? It didn't matter. Yahweh was born without sin. And he was born in captivity to the Romans, man. because the whole nation, man. Hey, Yahweh Shai didn't come out and say, hey, I ain't got no sin. No, man. He still weak for our people. He still went out and did the work, man. So we got to understand that as well, man. When we go through the fire, we got to remember that, hey, all our people are going through hell. And we throwing up prayers and we fasting. We got to be throwing up prayers and fasting for all our people, not just ourselves, man. Those are the things that are pleasing unto the Lord. They entreat the Lord, man. Right? Just let's see. I'll read verse 6 again. For we have sinned and committed iniquity, departing from thee. In all things have we trespassed and not obeyed thy commandments, nor kept them, neither done as thou hast commanded us, that it might go well with us. Right? So hey, we didn't keep the commandments. We didn't do the things the Lord asked us to do that it might go well with us. We did the opposite, man. We went the hell off, man. Right? So this judgment that the Lord is bringing upon our people is righteous. All the hell we go through, being in captivity, man, being under the so-called white man, right? Having to pay damn bills and taxes and so on and so forth, right? All those things are part of the curses that the Lord said, well, he'll bring upon us if what? If we did not keep his commandments. And we just read the Lord didn't keep we didn't keep his commandments. And we still don't, man. So we got to understand that these things are righteous judgments, but ultimately also understand that the Lord is proving you before he brings you back into him. As any person would do if somebody forsook him and left, man. If you had a damn homeboy, y'all been best friends, so you had the brother back all these years, or homegirl had the sisters back all these years, and she kind of caught out on you. You didn't hear from her no more. You kind of was calling on the phone. She wasn't picking up, or he wasn't picking up, you know, and then a year later, they kind of pop up and try to bring that old friendship back the same way. No, you're going to prove them first. You're going to kind of prove them. Well, the Lord's doing the same thing for us, man. He proving us. Right. And we got to remember that at all times we're being proved, man. Right. So I'm going to jump right to verse. I'm going to jump to verse 20. It says, deliver us also according to thy marvelous works and give glory to thy name, O Lord. And let all them that do thy servants hurt be ashamed. And let them be confounded in all their power and might, and let their strength be broken. And let them know that thou art Yahweh, the only power and glorious over the whole world. So they understand, saying, hey, your deliverance of us, right, is only magnifying your name, right? It's only about you. Deliver us that your name may be magnified, right? And it says what? And the king's servants that put them in cease not to make the oven hot with rows and pitch, tow, and small wood. So as they're praying, they bringing the word out. They praying and praying and praying and praying. Hey, before it got better, it got hotter in there first, man. And it's the same thing for us, man. We kind of calling on the Lord. We've been fasting. We've been praying. We want these demons up off of us. We going through hell. We calling on the name of the Lord. And it kind of get worse first, man. And a lot of times we kind of give up then. Man, I prayed. Man, I fasted. I don't get it, man. Nothing is changing. Hey, it's going to get hotter first, man. It got harder first for them. It got harder first for our ancestors, man. No different, man. Right? Let's get an account real quick, man. Let's go to First Kings, man. Let's go to First Kings. Right, chapter 19. Right, this is a book of First Kings, chapter 19. And Ahab told Jezebel all that Elijah had done, and withal how he had slain all the prophets with the sword. Then Jezebel sent messengers unto Elijah, saying, so let the gods do to me and more also, if I make not thy life as the life of them by tomorrow about this time. So what, Elijah, he went out there. That's when he damn, killed all the servants of Baal with pretty much called out the fire from the Lord, man. Right? For the first time he did it for the sacrifice, man, and made it foolproof that, hey, your gods are no gods, man. And slayed the rest of the servants of Baal. So Jezebel with her wicked ass say, hey, the gods do more so to me, and also if I don't do the same unto you, right? And at this time there's a famine, so all hell's kind of breaking loose. Elijah's going through hell, man, right? He being chased, you know what I'm saying? Woman want to put him to death. She got her armies hunting him. Ain't no food in the land, right? All hell is going. All hell is breaking loose, man, right? And it says what? And when he saw that, he arose and went for his life, and came to Beersheba, which belonged to Judah, and left his servant there. But he himself went a day's journey into the wilderness, and came and sat under a juniper tree, And he requested for himself that he might die, and said, it is enough. Now, O Yahweh, take my life, for I am not better than my fathers. Right? So, hey, Elijah was ready to die, man. Right? He was going through so much hell, he was ready to die. Right? And he was calling on the Lord, man. Hey, just take me now. Right? He wasn't unrighteous for calling the Lord and say, take me now. Right? But did the Lord take his life right then and there? Let's see. Or did the Lord take him at all? Because the Lord can just, we're gonna see what happened. But nonetheless, the Lord didn't take him right then and there. Let's see what happened. Right? After his prayer. It says what? And as he lay and slept under a juniper tree, behold, then an angel touched him and said unto him, arise and eat. So the Lord sent the angel to feed him. Why? Because he had more work that needed to be done. And a lot of us, hey, we got more work that needs to be done, man. We got more proven. We got the Lord got to prove us more, man. Right? And some of us, it's literal work. We got to get out there and continue to feed the sheep. We got to get out there and continue to prophesy, man. Right? And it says what? And he looked, and behold, there was a cake baking on the coals and a cruse of water in his head. And he did eat and drink and laid him down again. And the angel Yahweh came again the second time and touched him and said, arise and eat, because the journey is too great for thee. And he arose and did eat and drink and went in the strength of that meat 40 days and 40 nights unto Horeb in the mount of Yahweh. Right? So hey, he did eat and drink, and then he kind of got back to work. Right? Although he was suffering affliction, he prayed on the Lord literally to be, hey, take me away now. And the Lord said, I'm not taking you. I'm sending you an angel. You're going to get some food, and you're going to continue to do the work, man. Right? So the Lord ain't going to always fix it right then and there. Right? But what happens eventually? Right? Let's go to the book of 2 Kings. Right? It wasn't his time yet. It wasn't his time to be brought out of that fire. It wasn't his time yet to be brought from being chased by Jezebel and the army, man. It wasn't time yet. Right? He had to continue to endure, man. And then what happens? It's the book of 2 Kings, chapter 9, right? And verse number 11. And it came to pass, as they still went on and talked, that behold, there appeared a chariot of fire and horses of fire, and parted them both asunder. And Elijah went up by a whirlwind into heaven. And Elisha saw it, and he cried, my father, the chariot of Israel and the horsemen thereof. And he saw him no more. And he took hold of his own clothes and rent them into pieces. Right? So after Elijah was going through hell, being put in the fire, being put in the furnace, right? He called on the Lord, right? Asking the Lord to take him, right? And the Lord did what? The Lord didn't take him then. The Lord made him do more work first. But then after he did the more work, what happened? The Lord called him up on the chariot, man, and got him up out of that thing. But he had to endure through what he had to endure first, man. And it's the same way, man. This the brothers and the three holy children, right? They calling on the name of the Lord. And what is Nebuchadnezzar them doing? They're making the fire hot. Making it hotter, trying to kill him, man. Hey, but the Lord ain't dealing with turning around. The Lord is dealing with continuing to suffer and go through the works, man. Right? Let's get another account. Let's go to the book of Luke. Shalom, King. Shabbat Shalom. Right? It's the book of Luke, chapter 22, right? And verse, it's a lot, it's 23. Chapter 22, and verse number 41. And he was withdrawn from them about a stone's cast, and kneeled down and prayed, saying, Father, if thou be willing, remove this. Yeah, Yahweh, if thou be willing, remove this cup from me. Nevertheless, not my will, but thine be done. That's literally the same thing that the three holy children, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego said, man. Right? They said, what? Hey, we're not careful to answer, but if it be of the Lord, man, he will save us, man. Right? So if it's the will of the Lord, right, hey, he gonna remove that cup from you. But if not, if it's his will, you got to endure through it, man. And Yahweh is praying, asking the Lord, hey, he going through hell right now. He knowing he about to die. He knowing the brother that with him is going to turn his back on him. He knowing he going to get pierced. He knowing he going to get whipped. He knowing he going to get beat, so on and so forth, man. And none of us are dealing with that type of chastisement, man. None of us. Yet what? Hey, we be ready to turn around, right? It says what? And there appeared an angel unto him from heaven, strengthening him, right? So after he prayed and called on the Lord, the angel appeared and strengthened him, right? But what? And being in agony, he prayed more earnestly, and his sweat was as it were great drops of blood falling down to the ground, right? And he was praying so hard and in so much agony, the man was literally sweating blood, man. literally sweating blood, right? But yet he prayed more earnestly. And that's what you got. You got to take something from that. When you're going through hell, you're being put in the fire, right? You got to pray more earnestly and have faith while you're praying more earnestly that the Lord is literally going to be there for you, man. The Lord is literally going to save you and continue to endure, man. Right in verse 45. And when he rose up from the prayer and was come to his disciples, he found them sleeping for sorrow. And he said unto them, why sleep ye? Rise and pray, lest you enter into temptation. Right? Rise and pray, lest you enter into temptation, man. And what are these brothers doing in the fire? They're praying, calling on the Lord, continuously calling on the Lord. Although the fire is getting hotter and hotter, they ain't stopped praying and say, let us die. You know, they just kept praying. And that's what we got to understand. We got to keep praying, man. Right? Because through our weakness, the Lord is made strong, man. Let's get there. I mean, the Lord's name is made strong, man. Right? It's the book of chapter 12 and verse number 5. Of such as one will I glory, yet for myself I will not glory, but in my infirmities. Right? For though I would desire to glory, I shall not be a fool, for I will say the truth now. But now I forbear, lest any man should think of me above that which he seeth me to be, or that he heareth of me. And lest I should be exalted above measure through the abundance of the revelations, there was given to me a thorn in the flesh, the messenger of Satan to buffet me, lest I should be exalted above measure. For this thing I besought the Lord thrice, that it might depart from me. So he being buffeted by damn Satan. Right? And what did he say? I besought the Most High 3 times, man. Right? And 3, I'm going to let the believe that 3 is more so the number of completion, right? Not just a literal 3. But if it is, it is. The point of the matter is, he didn't pray just one time and it kind of went away. He continued to pray about the thing that he's being buffeted and made weak of. And we got to understand it. Just because you pray for it one time, like we just read, they prayed for it, and what happened? The fire got hotter. Just because you pray for it one time doesn't mean that it's going to happen automatically in your time and when you want it to happen. You got to continue to pray for it with faith, man. And if it be of the Lord will, he's going to bring you through it. But if it don't be of the Lord will, then guess what, man? You got to deal with it, right? And it says what? And he said unto me, my grace is sufficient for thee, for my strength is made perfect in weakness. So when you're made weak, the Lord's strength is made perfect in that thing. And not only will you feel it and see it and glorify the name of the Lord, but others around you will see it and glorify the name of the Lord, man. Say, what God is that? What God is so powerful, right? And it says what? Most gladly, therefore, will I gather glory in my infirmities, that the power of Hamashiach may rest upon me. So in your infirmities and in your weakness, when you in the fire, the power of Hamashiach, the power of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua is resting upon you. You don't think when they in this fire, and we're going to get the account, when they in this fire, that Nebuchadnezzar and the guards ain't amazed by what they're seeing, right? They're seeing men not being burnt up. They're seeing men not dying, not screaming, not crying out in agony. They're seeing men walking in the midst of the fire, calling on the name of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua, right? That's glorifying the name of the Lord in great measure, man. Right? The power of a Mashiach is resting upon him, man. Right? So it says what? Therefore, I take pleasure in my infirmities, in reproaches, in necessities, in persecutions, in distress for Hamashiach's sake. For when I am weak, then am I strong, man. And that's plain, man. That's plain. So Paul said he took pleasures in those things, man. Even though it may be hard to. Right, we got to understand that Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua is literally being name is being magnified through that, right? And understand that you're being made strong through your weakness, man. No different than when you in a damn gym or playing basketball and you running them damn horses and you kind of damn throwing up, you tired. But guess what? You threw up at the 5 horses the first week. Then a couple weeks later, it took 8 horses to throw you up. You're being made stronger and stronger through your weakness. It's the same way, man. Right? When these demons hopping on you, they beating you down, and you continue to call on the name of the Lord, your faith is being made stronger, and you're being made stronger, man, through Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua. And you continue to be able to endure through more, man. And in that, the name of the Lord is magnified, man. And that's what it's all about. It's not about you, man. It's about the name of the Lord being magnified. That's why we here. The Lord ain't bring us here for nothing else, man. To magnify his name, to serve and worship him, man. Right? Get this. The book of 2 Corinthians chapter 4, right? In verse verse 15. For all things are for your sakes, that the abundant grace might through the thanksgiving made redound to the glory of Yahweh, for which cause we faint not. But though our outward man perish, yet the inward man is renewed day by day. For our light affliction, which is but for a moment, worketh for us a far more exceeding and eternal weight of glory. So what? Our light affliction is for a moment, man. Right? For us to get a far more and exceeding eternal glory, man. We got to remember that, man. This is for eternal glory. This ain't for damn 10 years, man. This is for eternal glory, man. Right? It says what? While we look not at things which are seen, but at the things which are not seen. Right? So you can't put your eyes on the affliction you're going through, put your eyes on the anxiety you're going through, put your eyes on the whatever it may be called that you're going through and see those things, right? You got to focus on the things you don't see. You got to focus on the things that the Lord is building up for you in the kingdom of heaven. You got to focus on the things that the Lord is literally working on for you, man. Right? Because it says what? Things which are not seen, for the things which are not seen are temporal. So the things that are seen are temporal, right? Everything that you see, that you can put your hands on and kind of feel, everything that you can see that you may be going through, they're temporal, meaning temporary, right? And it says what? Are temporal, but the things which are not seen are eternal, man. So everything that's not seen is literally eternal, man. Literally, right? All the things that you're going to, all the things that like the kingdom of heaven, that's eternal, man. Right? You with Yahweh Shai, that's eternal, man. Right? All those things are literally eternal, right? So it says, you got to understand, you got to be faithful over the few that the Most High is giving you, right? So like, I think I had, let me get another precept, right? It's the book of Acts, classic precept, right? It's the book of Acts, chapter 14, right? In verse number 22, confirming the souls of the disciples and exhorting them to continue in the faith, and that we must, through much tribulation, enter into the kingdom of Yahweh. So the only way to enter into the kingdom of the Most High is through much tribulation, man. So we got to endure through the much tribulation to enter into the kingdom of Yahweh and continue in those things, man. Right? So we got to understand, right? We got to be put through the fire the same way the three holy children were put through the fire, man. And we got to take their account and look at it with wisdom and with knowledge and with spiritual eyes and see what was going on, man. Like I said, they literally calling on the name of the Lord, and the damn heathen making it hotter. Satan making it hotter on them, man. Right? Let's get this, go back to it. So I'm gonna read verse 20 again. Deliver us also according to thy marvelous works and give glory to thy name. So like I said, delivering them is giving glory to the name of the Lord, right? So when the Lord delivers you through whatever you're going through, it's giving glory to his name. It's magnifying his name. That's why you can't turn around. You got to endure through it because you want the name of the Lord to be glorified, man. If you love the Lord, you want his name glorified. Hey, you say you serve him and you worship him because he's the one true God. You want it to be proven he the one true God, man. So you endure through the affliction. And it says what? Glory thy name, O Yahweh, and let all them that do thy servants hurt be ashamed, and let them be confounded in all their power and might, and let their strength be broken, and let them know that thou art Yahweh, the only power, and glorious over the whole world. And the king's servants that put them in cease not to make the oven hot with rosin pitch, tow, and small wood. So as they prayed, right, the king's men, Satan, them throwing in, making it hotter. So understand it, as you pray, hey, it may get hotter, man, but you got to continue to pray and have faith. And it says what? And the king's servants, so like in verse 24, so that the flame streamed forth above the furnace 40 and 9 cubits. That's how hot it got, man. That's how hot it got as they prayed and called on the name of the Lord. That's how worse it got at first, man. And remember that. As they called on the Lord, it got worse at first, man. Right? And it says what? And it passed through and burned up those Chaldeans found about the furnace. And it burned up the wicked, man. While our righteous ancestors are still in there praying and calling on the name of the Lord. And it says what? But the angel of Yahweh came down into the oven together with Azarias and his fellows and smote the flame of the fire out of the oven. Right? So after it got hot, after they called on the name of the Lord, it got hotter. But they continue to call on the name of the Lord, continue to have faith. Then Yahweh sent the angel to smote the fire, man. Then he sent at his time, but according to his will, man. And it's the same thing with us through our affliction. At his time, according to his will. Not when you're ready, when he's ready, man. So we got to keep calling on the name of the Lord, keep calling on the name of the Lord, keep enduring. And when he's ready, if it be of his will, then he'll smite down the fire, man. Right? Let's go back to Daniel. Right, so like it. Right, the book of Daniel, right, chapter 3, right, in verse 23. Verse 24, then Nebuchadnezzar the king was astonished and rose up in haste and spake and said unto his counselors, did not we cast 3 men bound into the midst of the fire? They answered and said unto the king, true, O king. And he answered and said, lo, I see 4 men loose. And we just read that Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua sent his angel, Yahushua, more likely Yahushua, into the furnace, right? And he smote the damn fire, man. It is Yahushua, so lucky to smote the damn fire, man, right? So now he sees him in the furnace. And it says what? Lo, I see 4 men loose walking in the midst of the fire, and they have no hurt. Right. So, hey, when you going through hell, right, and you call on the name of the Lord, and they kind of and Satan kind of make the fire hotter, and you endure through it. Hey, the Lord gonna send Yahushua or one of the angels to come through in the midst of the fiery furnace, and you're gonna have no hurt. And it says what? And the form of the fourth is like the son of Yahweh. Then Nebuchadnezzar came near to the mouth of the burning fiery furnace and spake and said, Shadrach, Meshach, Abednego, ye servants of the Most High, come forth and come hither. Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego came forth of the midst of the fire. And the princes and governors, captains and kings and counselors being gathered together saw these men upon whose bodies the fire had no power, nor was a hair of their head signed, neither were their coats changed, neither the smell of the fire passed on them. Then Nebuchadnezzar spake and said, blessed be Yahweh, blessed be Yahweh, blessed be the power of Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, who has sent his angel and delivered his servants that trusted in him and changed the king's word and yielded their bodies that they may not serve nor worship any God except their own power, man. And that's plain. So through their affliction, through them being put in the fire and enduring through it, the name of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua was glorified and magnified even to the heathen, man. Even to the heathen, where he changed and say, hey, you ain't got to serve nobody but your God, man. Hey, we good. Ain't no gods like this. That magnifying the name of the Lord through their affliction, man. We got to understand through our affliction, we have the ability to magnify the name of the Lord through our endurance, man. And it says what? Therefore, I make a decree that every people, nation, and language which speak anything amiss against the power of Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, they shall be cut in pieces, and their houses shall be made a dunghill, because there is no other power that can deliver after this sort. So look at that, man. Through them being put in the fiery furnace, not only were they delivered out of it, but the name of the Most High was magnified and glorified, not only to them, not only to the people of their nation that saw or heard of this, but also to the damn heathen, to the point where he said, if you even speak against their power, you're going to be cut in pieces, because there's no power like this, man. So you got to understand, when you walk in your affliction, you are literally magnifying the name of the Lord. When you walk away from your affliction, you're doing the opposite. You're saying the God that you said is real isn't real. You're saying the God that you said is serving is all powerful isn't all powerful, man. So we got to endure through the affliction, and we must endure the fiery furnace, man. We must endure it, man. Right? Let me get this. The book of Matthew, Salakia. Classic precept. I'm going to close out with this. It's the book of Matthew, chapter 24, right? And verse 13. But he that shall endure unto the end, the same shall be saved. Matter of fact, let me get one more. Right? Right, it's the book of Matthew. So he that endure to the end, the same shall be saved. So you're going to be saved through your endurance unto the end, right? It says what? So book of Matthew chapter 24, right? In verse number 20. And so he that had received 5 talents came and brought other 5 talents, saying, Lord, thou deliverest unto me 5 talents. Behold, I have gained besides them 5 talents. His Lord said unto him, well done, thou good and faithful servant. Thou hast been faithful over a few things. I will make thee ruler over many things. Enter thou into the joy of the Lord. Right? So you got to be faithful over the few things the Lord has given you, man. And if you're faithful over the few things and you're endured with the few things the Lord has given you, the Lord will make you it will make you ruler over many things, man. Right? He'll give you 10 cities, man. So endure through it, man. And with that, Lord willing, somebody was edified or will be edified in the coming days. Shalom.